I've come to realize when you exist outside of the binary of what society is comfortable with, you are expected to be appreciative and expected to hold the same limitations that everybody else decides to exist in. And the reason I want to focus on this romantically is because I feel like as openly queer and or gay men, we have been conditioned to accept ambiguity as a sign of attraction. We have been so complacent and accepting that somebody else's insecurity or unsureness of themselves is something that we have to work with, because even within our own community, there is a lack of regard for one's individuality. And I'm kind of in a place where I've began becoming more frustrated when I analyze some of the romantic encounters that I have that have been centered around ambiguity. I am a very curious person. So when my curiosity is sparked, it naturally attracts me. That's just how I am. So unfortunately, this has manifested into being attracted to people who are just ambiguous by nature. But I've had to come to understand, especially more recently, it kind of just clicked for me now, which most things randomly do, that I am more deserving than ambiguous actions, deciphering actions and hoping that my intuition is right. And no matter how right my intuition is, it doesn't feel good to not have certainty. And I've had to come to realize that this is simply conditioning that society has made us believe is okay. Even in our own community, it goes unchecked all the time. Whether you want to talk about the culture surrounding DL men or simply just being yourself, because even within queerness, there's limits, especially if you choose not to subscribe to the performance that society has tried to place on us. Queerness as it is been meant to go against the system. It is a critique of the binary. It is a critique of labels. It is a critique of existing with what somebody thinks you should be doing, what society has been shaped to assume that you should be doing. So why should we accept this in our love life? I've had to come and internalize the fact that it is not a compliment for somebody to rather let me slip through the cracks of their life rather than hold me in their truth, but in my totality as well. I have had to come to realize that my curiosity is not a write-off or a vessel for ambiguous men who'd rather send subliminals rather than stand 10 toes behind what they actually want. It's ridiculous that we have allowed ourselves to fall victim to the possibility of something. And though I'm focusing mostly on queer and gay men, because this is something that we deal with a lot within our community, this is also expansive to everybody else in their life. Ambiguity is not a sign of attraction. We are all deserving of honesty, clarity, and being wanted publicly and loudly. If my existence is tied around being always being noticed, then my love should be just as loud. I should be able to rest, not only in private, but also publicly. I no longer see it beneficial to keep watering grass that appears to be green, but is truly brown. Like, I don't understand where it went wrong in the dating pool, and I don't understand where it went wrong in men. And yes, I'm a man saying this as well. But it's frustrating. It's irritating because I feel like, especially as young queer children, we were forced to hold sureness of our identity before we even knew what it fully meant. getting ridiculed, getting called gay. These are all things that we all went through without even understanding what it meant to be gay, what it meant to be deviant, what it meant to be different, because all we were was just us. And unfortunately, because of the way society is, because we are quote unquote deviant, even though our existence is evident within nature, we are not given the same tools to navigate this life, especially romantically, because of our deviance. So that's really what motivated this message. It's just that I don't want us to continue to accept ambiguity because society is not ready to fully hold the expansiveness of our identity. I do not take it as a compliment for you to think that I want to decode the love that you think that you're withholding from me. That is not attractive. That is not, it doesn't feel good. Even in the platonic or romantic relationships that I've had that have ended, and even some of those that continue on, it is not a compliment to have to guess and decipher what it is that you really want to say. Because I'm expected to live in my truth for the both of us when I'm already being ridiculed for just being me. How is it a compliment to hold the weight of truth for two people? It's not fair to me. So, to all of my openly gay and openly queer and non-conforming people within this world, all the souls that refuse to be boxed in, do know you are deserving of a sure, open, strong, honest, and clear love. And there is nothing in this world that you have to settle for. And I myself will continue to not settle for games. I I am so tired of doing word searches in order to be met with truth and honesty. We are so much more than that.